Hey everybody, this is Bud Brown, living in Dumaguete City, Philippines. Yeah, baby, living in the Philippines. Oh, how exciting. Anyway, I wanted to tell you a developing story. This is just the beginning. Doesn't have a middle yet and doesn't have an end, but it should be pretty good. It started many years ago. I was in my early 20s. Joined this, what I thought was going to be a good group. It turned out to be a cult, Christian cult. And it was called the local church. Whatever city we were in, it was the church in that city. Church in Los Angeles, church in San Francisco, church in Chicago. But anyway, as the people in the cults like to say, it was like a family. So anyway, I fell for it. I was in it 13 years. I was 22 when me and Gloria started or made friends or joined. There wasn't no official joining, but then when I was 35, that's when everything blew up and everybody went their separate ways. The reason I'm telling you that, because there was a fella that I knew, his wife was a Filipina, and her and Gloria got along, and me and Jim was his name, Jim got along. And so last year, somehow I saw his name on Facebook or social media somewhere. Hey, Jim, what are you doing? Hey, Bud, what are you doing? Oh, I'm in the Philippines. Really? Oh, I want to come to the Philippines. All right, come on. I'll welcome you with open arms. So I always liked him. He's a good guy. And so we connected by messenger, and we've been communicating. And guess what? He was going to come here. His flight was January 2nd, 2023. Guess what today is? January 2nd, 2023. So I had reserved a hotel room for him, a place called Golden Gate, which I've heard was a good one, that someone else had stayed there, told me it was a good place, not too expensive too. It was 1,000 pesos, which is like 20 bucks. So I got a message from him last night. He said, my flight was canceled. Oh! And then a little bit later, maybe an hour or so later, my flight's going to be here, and it looks like we're going to arrive on the 3rd of January. So then it occurred to me, and just let everyone know, of course the ones that have made the trip know already, but if you leave on the 1st of January, and here's the Philippines over here, when you're kind of right in the middle of the ocean, you lose a day. Suddenly it becomes the 3rd. So you left on the 1st, boom, 3rd, and then it arrives. So I went down, I took a little video of it, went down to Golden Gate Hotel, and I thought, man, I lost my deposit, because I'm thinking, hey, you said you're going to be here on the 2nd. You didn't give us 24 hours notice. I was imagining all this, confrontation. And so I went in there. I went. Well, I'll tell you a little bit later the story on this hotel, Golden Gate. Right next to the 7-Eleven here. Now they go down and then turn right. There's an entrance to the hotel. Okay, I just came out of the receptionist there. I didn't really want to do a bunch of recording. But anyway, my buddy Jim Trotter, who I'll explain a little bit later, is supposed to come. Said he was going to be here on the 2nd, which is today. But I guess you didn't realize you lose a day. When you go from the States here to the Philippines, if you leave on the 1st, you're in the middle of the year, then all of a sudden the 2nd will go like that. So you'll arrive on the 3rd. So I thought, and I had paid for one night reservation, and I thought, oh well, too bad. I lost my deposit or my pay. She said, no, we'll just say tomorrow. He's coming tomorrow, and you can use that same payment. Oh, okay, thank you. So anyway, I'll talk more about that, this afternoon when I get a little time, and I gotta go home. Right now, I gotta get a haircut. Laura says I'm starting to look like Duck Dynasty, so I'm gonna go get a haircut, beard trim, and then I'll talk to you guys a little bit later. I was video recording, but there's some times that I don't feel it's appropriate to record. So I went in there, and the young lady was there. I said, my friend, his name is Jim, and he's coming. And I thought he was going to be here today, but he forgot, and I forgot that you lose a day when you're. So can he come tomorrow if I lost my deposit? She said, no, we'll just move it till tomorrow. So she took out the paperwork, had his name on it, had the date that he was supposed to arrive, scratched it out, and put tomorrow, which is the 3rd tomorrow. So that's the beginning of this. So we've got a lot to talk about. There's been a lot of water under the bridge. So his name is Jim, and he's bringing another fellow who I know, I don't know as well as Jim, but his name is Brian. Jim has been to the Philippines many times before. He was in the Navy, and he was stationed at QB Point for a couple of years, he said. And he's a professional pilot. And I remember when well, I don't want to get into the story of him right now, but just when I knew him in our early 20s, now we're in our 70s, at least I am. He may be a few years younger, but he was studying for his pilot's license. And we would go and watch planes take off and land, which I guess that's what some people do. It seems strange to me, but people that are into airplanes and flying, they'll go down to the end of the runway and watch the planes land and take off. Okay. So I remember he was always studying. Lo and behold, not only did he get his pilot's license, but he got his instrument license, commercial license, and I'm not sure what all. He'll bring me up to date, I'm sure. So he's been doing a lot of flying over the years. He's been to a lot of countries, so I'm sure he's got some good stories to tell. But I'm looking forward to that. And so this is January 2nd. It's supposed to be in, and I'm going to meet him at the airport in the morning. Flight's supposed to arrive at 10:15 in the morning. So I'll go ahead and have my breakfast. And I've had breakfast at the restaurant there at the airport, or across the street from the building. So, it's exciting, and I'll keep everybody up to date. And so I hope you have a great day. You had a great New Year's. We're just fine here. Everything is fine. We're doing good. I'm looking forward to seeing Jim and Brian and see what kind of stories they have for us. Catch you later. Bye-bye.